Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we ran out of food, and also consumer goods, and I believe that means that our edicts went away. Now all we were doing was our farming subsidies here. So we're going to re-up our farming subsidies, that is for sure. We're going to need to buy in a little bit of consumer goods here. For now, that's all we're going to do. We're also going to buy in 100 food for the moment. And we'll see what this ends up looking like after the month tick. I think it'll be less grim than what we're seeing here. So let's go ahead and bump that up to fastest speed. There we go. And let's see how that ends up going. Now, we're also hoping to get some additional resources being generated on our worlds. But for right now, we need to see how exactly this is going to end up on the month tick. Now, we may actually want to buy in more consumer goods. To that end, I'm going to sell off a little bit of dark matter here, and we're going to buy in 500 additional consumer goods, just to see how this is going to play out. And we'll buy in 1,000 food. Okay, let's see. That's more like what I expected to see. Perfect. Okay, so that's good. We are negative on volatile motes, exotic gases, and rare crystals, so all of those economy situations need to be dealt with. There's no doubt about it. We've got 8 available jobs on Grobsol Siva, and that is where we will send jobs if we get additional pops that we don't need in locations like Hearthsea. Which, when is that going to grow? It's a little over halfway. It's going to be about 28 months. Not too bad there, I suppose. That'll be fine. Let me just adjust my headphone volume here a little bit. Things are just slightly louder than I'm used to. I have a different adapter. My previous adapter for my headphones was going out a bit, and so I have a new one, and I don't even know why I'm explaining this. It's not particularly relevant. It shouldn't affect you at all. Okay, so we're going to take a look at what we are seeing down through here. Absolutely nothing. We're at 48 influence currently. Now, we have grabbed quite a lot of L-Gate locations. We're definitely seeing the AI beginning to expand into different locations over this way. That's not necessarily fine, but not surprising. This construction ship up in Terminal Egress is doing nothing whatsoever. We're going to send it down to Dongle for right now, but we're not going to get it constructing. We have finished up in Churgamore, and we're going to send in the Diamond Sufite. Now, we did lose our Admiral here, and I'm going to roll us up a new one. And all of these are kind of crappy. We're going to go for the longer-lived one guy, I guess. It's not very good, shall we say. Not very good at all. This Unification Center requires a job. Just looking at what we've got here. For the time being, I think our best bet is to put in a food processing center. That will not help our volatile motes, but it will help our food. So that's fine. We are going to need to buy in additional consumer goods. We know that this is going to be a thing, and we're going to, for now, we're going to go ahead and add in a buy order of consumer goods, just a monthly buy order of 200 consumer goods. Now, this is going to be expensive. In order to help compensate for that, we're going to sell an additional 1,000 minerals per month. I don't expect that that will be amazingly effective at keeping us positive. I expect that our energy credits will be negative at this point. But we do need to... Did we lose our edict? Yes, we did. I really wish that they would change that. That would be awfully nice. We need to have our farming subsidies up. Everything else is fine. We could turn our nanite actuators back up. But I think I'll hold off on that for the moment. Okay. So we'll proceed here. And this should, in theory, be fine. Emphasis on the in theory, though. I do want to go through our bastions here. These are, of course, going to need further work. The Light's End station is upgrading, as is the Urcannon's Maw here. So that'll be just fine. No problem there at the moment. We do have a lot of alloys, and yeah, minus 1,000 energy credits. That is, in fact, what I expected. To help out with that, we could sell off dark matter. We are making like 30 per month, or 34, so we can actually get away with selling like 30 per month. We're going to do that, and it's going to be okay. We're going to kind of tank the market a little bit here, but yeah, it is what it is. We could also theoretically sell some living metal. That's also a potential option. Once again, that may end up tanking the market. We'll see how that goes, but this looks like there's barely any movement in that market, so we'll see what ends up happening there. Now we're down to minus 805. I'm not shocked by this in the slightest. We're going to build a starbase in a Tenerife. Excellent. And that does put us at minus 14 consumer goods right now. So, to that end, we're spending a bunch of energy credits right now. So we may as well run a recycling campaign, right? Let's see on the next month tick how much that affects our consumer goods.
We grow ever stronger.
Indeed we do. Just checking in on our jobs situation, which is not amazing. No doubt about that. We definitely need to continue our jobs, or rather our population growth. That's incredibly important to us right now. We need to get locations like Hithara Prime and Grobsol Siva. We need to get these online, fully and completely online. That'll take some time. So we're at plus 47 consumer goods right now. So we're going to back off on this by 40 consumer goods. Okay. And that helps our energy credit situation, but that's okay. We can always dip into alloy sales if we need to. I would prefer not to, but we can. It's an option. I don't know that it's a great option, but it does exist. It does exist as an option. Okay. So economically, things are a little bit awkward for us right now. There's no doubt about that. We do need to fix our food and our consumer goods. Both of those can be fixed largely the same way. For that to happen, we really need to reshuffle, and we're just in a bit of a pop growth low. However, we have a refinery station here on Femisto, and to that end, we definitely want some volatile motes right now. We're actually losing more rare crystals, but we have 13,000 in stock. So we're going to produce some volatile motes. This will produce 3, and we're going to need to buy in more. We'll just buy in 100 for now. And that does put us close on our energy credits. For the moment, I'm just going to sell off a bunch of rare crystals. There we go. Cool. So we'll keep our economy quasi-balanced. But we really do need more population growth. So we're going to grab our 5 energy credits and our 6 minerals over here. Honestly, the 5 energy credits are worth a lot more, and apparently I'm throwing this cup of chocolate milk at the computer. I should probably not be doing that. Let me just move that over. Fantastic. Now it's precariously piled, and that's perfect. I'm sure it'll be fine. Our food, in the meantime, got quite a bit better there. That's actually surprising to me. Did we have a population growth in one of these locations, perhaps? We maybe did. Yes, we had a population growth here. This was 8 previously. Our observation post above Zorf 1 has detected an illegal settlement on the planet's surface. It appears to be some kind of outpost set up by Pictling smugglers and other criminal elements from the Democratic Association of the Majority of the Pictlings. They've already been isolated incidents where the smugglers came into contact with the primitive natives, some of which ended in violence. We need to act quickly to contain this situation and remove the criminals before they can cause any more damage. Okay, so we do indeed need to raid this smuggler base. We will go ahead and do that. We need a transport ship in orbit over Zorf 1. We should be able to do that pretty quickly. We have transports over here, so we're just going to come on over and raid that. So we'll go and do that quickly. Nice. So we do need to get our energy credits under control. Of course, the real issue here is not the energy credits. The real issue here is this buy order. There's also this buy order that we'd like to get rid of. And honestly, since we have so many rare crystals right now, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. We're going to need to work on our rare crystals for sure. But we'll go ahead and cancel that for the moment, and that will do just fine. So that does help our energy credit situation. We're down to 872 there. Of course, we're at minus 10 rare crystals now. And we're getting close to capping on our alloys. We should either sell those or get those spent. Honestly, for the time being, I think we're just going to sell down to around 30,000. There we go. That'll buy us some time to get our economy back on track. We also tanked the market for alloys, which I'm sure the rest of the galaxy is super happy about right now. So we'll go ahead and do that for the moment. And let's check in on our population growth. Troydom here, and Zorf actually requires a system capital complex. We'll go ahead and do that, and this tech world here, we're actually going to upgrade our civilian replica complexes. This will not help our rare crystals, but it will help our consumer goods. Perfect. So that'll do just fine. And that'll be a pretty good offset, actually. Yeah, that'll be a pretty good offset of the consumer goods. We're going to need quite a lot more, but that'll do for now. We can back off on this buy order by 10, and so we shall. Excellent. The Trunt system has been successfully surveyed. In a lightning raid, our ground forces stormed the Smuggler outpost on Zorf 1 and seized control of it after a brief firefight. The surviving criminals have all been arrested and transported into orbit. The empty building was then vaporized by demolition charges. Cultural contamination is believed to have been minimal, and our forces also confiscated a large amount of illegal contraband. The profits from the seizure have been added to our treasury. That's actually pretty good. We'll happily take that. So that played out very well. And of course, we are going to push into Saramore fairly soon. We just got armor hit points, and none of these are amazingly important to us. What we really want right now, more than anything, is economic techs like this one here. But that's not an option right now, so we're going to go for Strikecraft attack speed. We do have a fair number of Strikecraft, particularly in our Starbases, so that'll do just fine. Checking in on the status of these stations, a lot of them are still well underway. Cool. No problems there, and we should probably keep these guys where they are for the moment. Now, we can definitely move in and grab Dongle, and so we shall. Perfect. So we're still running a pretty big deficit. There's no doubt about that. This is a trade station here, and to that end, I would like to put in a stock exchange. We can't do that because we require a Habitat Central control. But what we can do is we can put in a commercial zone here. Beautiful. So that'll be good. We produce trade value and amenities. That trade value will, of course, be very important, and we're going to have this be designated a trade station. This is a Forge World here, and more important than its Forge World capacities right now is actually its civilian industry. So we're going to go ahead and get a civilian fabricator there. That'll be just fine. And now the question becomes, just how much food do we have at the moment? The answer is not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all. We are negative on that again. Okay. Yes, we extend our deal. It's expensive, but we'll do it for the moment. We are hoping to get our economy turned around quite soon. For the time being, this is manageable, but it's not long-term manageable, especially not if we manage to get ourselves in another war. So we need to handle this and get our consumer goods situation dealt with. Now, we could run forge subsidies right now. That is an option. It's only 10%, or rather, industrial subsidies. It's only 10%. And I feel like that's not tremendously great.
We grow ever stronger. We grow ever stronger.
Indeed we do. We do grow ever stronger. I'm just checking through these, making sure that they're all what I remember, and they are. So we're going to head down over from Tanafir. Beautiful. That's actually a lot of our star bases finishing up. So we're going to hop down over here. We're going to immediately do Hangar Bay Gun Battery. We're also going to put in a Defense Grid Supercomputer. We're going to do the same for all of these. So Hangar Bay Gun Battery and Defense Grid Supercomputer. Oh, and we need to get the Star Fortress upgrade too. That would probably help. Okay, Gun, Hangar, and Defense Grid Supercomputer and Star Fortress upgrade, rather. Hangar, Gun. That did not go the way I wanted it to. Hangar, Gun, and Defense Grid Supercomputer and Star Fortress upgrade. Beautiful. So there's all that underway. We are engaging in Saramar. That is fine, and I do want to come in over this way. I want to go for, like, this Agra world here. This would be a good one to upgrade. It's 130 now. That's definitely getting up there. No doubt about that. We would like to combat our empire size, but most of it is coming from our pops. Fair enough. With our pops spread out as far as they can, this actually means that this is a lot more efficient now for building tall. At least until you run out of housing. Once you run out of housing, that's going to be a problem. So that's definitely something to think about. We're going to move in and grab Saramor, of course. And let's see what we've got going on down through here. The answer is a whole lot of nothing. Okay. Was hoping that we'd have some population growth, but no such luck there. How long until we have that food production increase? 15 months. Okay, that's good to know. I want to double check. We could, in theory... Hang on, we could change our trade policy. We're on wealth creation right now. We could go to consumer benefits. That will drop our trade income here by half. Right? Yes. That'll drop our trade income by half, but that will give us 0.25 consumer goods for each one of those. I feel like that's too much. Fundamentally, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be paying 0.5, or rather, we're going to be paying 4 energy credits per... Hang on, because we lose half an energy credit. We're paying 2 energy credits per consumer good with this. That might be worthwhile. Look at those prices. Let's give it a go. We're going to swap over to consumer benefits. We're not going to be able to change this for 10 years. This may put us into some dire straits in our energy credits, but I think it will overall be worthwhile for us. Because we're paying half a credit, half an energy credit 4 times for 1 consumer good. So that's 2 energy credits per consumer good. And the price of consumer goods is quite high. So we shouldn't need to buy this anymore. We're going to keep selling these and see what we look like on the month tick. We should be very positive in the consumer goods. Like, quite positive. We should be quite negative in the energy credits. Like, more negative than we are right now is what I'm expecting. Yes. This is exactly what I was expecting. So now we're going to sell 700 of our consumer goods per month. Actually, no. It doesn't need to be that much. We can sell 100 per month at these prices. Well, 200 per month, actually, at these prices. And we might affect the prices a bit doing that. But if we sell 200 per month right now, that should put us back to positive in energy credits, and we're still very positive in consumer goods. Hopefully tanking the price here as little as possible. The price is dropping. Yeah, the price did definitely drop there. But this is still, I think, ultimately worthwhile. I'm going to take this up to 300, and we'll call that good for right now. And hopefully that'll get that problem solved. Now, we're still going to be interested in putting in civilian replica complexes here, I think. Are we? Why would we be? I think right now we wouldn't be. We're overproducing our consumer goods pretty dramatically. I'm thinking about putting in a food processing facility here. That said, there is the industrial districts. I'm going to do it. It's probably, well, it's certainly not absolutely efficient. We're going to put in a planetary capital here. We have finished up our constructions in Saramore. We're going to build our mining and research stations there. We're slightly negative on our energy credits. That's to be expected. Now, for right now, I'm going to take our various fleets that are mostly just sitting around doing nothing right now, and we're going to have them park at a station like this one. We'll have them all come over and enter orbit here. There's one fleet that is not on its way. Actually, there is two. It is this fleet that we want to bring in as well. And the reason why I'm doing this is, of course, because at this station, we have a crew quarters. So that will reduce our docked ship upkeep here by 25%. So that will be a big boon on both alloys and energy credits for us. And we're not expecting to need to use those ships anytime soon for fighting. So that should be just fine. Now, we don't have anything over here really to construct. We do want to build our mining stations in Dongle, and then from there we're going to head up to Plessis. We can just walk up there, or rather fly up there, and that'll be fine. Excellent. Let's check in on our Bastion situation here, and some of these are... These got reversed, and I hate it, but I'm going to let it be. I'm not super okay with it. We are getting quasi-close to capping on our alloys, so that's something to think about. Yeah, a lot of these... That's building an ion cannon. Yeah, it would be. We're going to be building, like, one ion cannon in each of these. It's going to take a while yet. So yeah, that's a Monarch of Fire class ion cannon. That'll be just fine. We're slightly negative on our energy credits. As we arrive up over here, we are expecting most of these fleets to bring us back positive, I think. Checking ships here, 2127. It's going to be a lot, for sure. However, the price of consumer goods is currently tanking. But we can drop our recycling campaign. And so we shall. That's absolutely something that we want to do right now. And that puts us nice and positive. Beautiful. So that'll do. Let's check in on our colonies here. This refinery world needs a job, but it also needs a planetary capital here. And that's going to give it its job. It's also going to give us a new building slot, but that is going to use up that job. I guess that's okay for now. Any other jobs? No, is the answer. Okay. Well, once we stop taking territory that the Unbidden opened up for us, once that stops, we are going to switch back to building not defense platforms. What's the word I'm looking for? Habitats. That's the word I'm looking for. Now, we did drop our volatile motes to 0, which is non-ideal because that, of course, drops their edicts. I really wish Paradox would fix this. Neither of these edicts cost volatile motes. Please stop clearing edicts every time you run out of a resource, Paradox. It's very irritating. Regardless, we'll get those back up. And we know that that happens, so we can just remember to do that. Well, our economy is looking much better. Oh, districts mandate. Cool. We got some unity there. And that will likely allow us to get this agro world up to tier 2. And in fact, let's do that right now. 1941 down to 1937. That feels like that just does nothing. Like, that was 4 empire size for 130,000 or rather unity. And now it's 164,000 or 155,000, call it. It feels like it does nothing. I don't know. I mean, the planetary designation effect is nice. Don't get me wrong. Farmer and angler output plus 3750. Yeah, I mean, that's good. The effects on the Empire Sprawl, less good. I have to assume that that means that the Empire Sprawl is not really meant to be counteracted the way you could previously. That's the only way I can really read that. Because, yeah, the effect of that is straight up negligible. So yeah, like, if we were to have this set up as an industrial world right now, it's kind of an awkward industrial world. This is not one that we set up. This is one we captured. This forge world here, of course, we just built this food processing center. Oh, transgenic crops. That could actually have a big effect on us. Let's go ahead and go for... We could up our fleet command limit, actually. That wouldn't be awful. So our energy credits are continuing to dip here. And I think that's because prices are continuing to sink. Yeah, you can see here the price on consumer goods has pretty well crashed. We're going to need to continue to bring this up, and we're going to put that at like 700. This is going to be at minimal pricing very, very soon. Minerals are at minimal pricing. And let's see. Dark matter. That's not at minimal pricing, but it's definitely going down. And actually, living metal is just kind of chilling. I like it. At any rate, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see about getting our economy balanced in terms of exotic goods, as well as continuing to expand our empire. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.